Since 2018, there's been an apparition of a certain kind of travel vlog on YouTube. These videos don't bring us to Bali or the French Riviera. Rather, they take us to the villages of rural Russia or the most dangerous neighborhoods of various South American countries. Instead of showing us luxury hotels and first-class flights, we see long trips on sleeper trains and the cheapest hotels of the forgotten parts of the world, often presented to the viewer by a white man, probably too confident for their own good, making these addicting to watch. This video essay will explore the genre conventions of these travel vlogs and their relation to old televised travel media and what these vlogs do and don't pick up from them. Most of these travel vloggers use very similar conventions and operate in very similar ways. The largest vloggers like Bald and Bankrupt and Kurt Kaz create technically simple videos reminiscent of the style vlogging first appeared in on YouTube. Handheld cameras, face-to-face interaction with the viewer, informal tone and planning of the videos, and the lack of fancy graphics and transitions all reminisce early YouTube vlog conventions that Eric Werner mentions in his article defining genres of YouTube in 2012. Some other vloggers, like Indigo Traveler, tend to have introductions and voiceovers, often over news footage due to his politically motivated travel. New political travel vlogger Britannica Politica favors providing context in various confessional shots littered over the duration of his vlogs. The large element that these all have in common is the use of face-to-face interaction with the viewer by filming themselves travel with a handheld camera. This creates a candidness with the viewer, a feeling that the viewer is on the journey, since all of the formal elements help relay the emotion of the vlogger. Additionally, the candidness created by these elements make the travel feel raw and authentic, creating additional contact with the viewer since these vlogs are made to showcase the unknown. Narratively, these vlogs are all quite similar. They all follow the host, normally traveling solo, taking transport to a location of interest, ranging anywhere from a Soviet mosaic in the rural former Soviet bloc, Bald and Bankrupt has made a whole series and reputation on this, to the less mundane, such as visiting Chernobyl, the worst neighborhoods of Venezuela, or the desert of Libya. The final destination is not of particular importance, as it can be as mundane as a babushka's apartment or a small Cuban town. It's rather showcasing the journey and often the difficulty of life for locals in places unknown or ignored by Westerners, thus the importance of showing it to the viewers. In the same category of vlog, travel vlogs that showcase locations that are of current or recent political interest are being made as well. These set out to show a local perspective and or simply how life is in these locations. Examples of this are Indigo Traveler's vlogs regarding Libya, or Britannica Political's vlog visiting New Russia in the midst of the current Russo-Ukrainian conflict. These vlogs all share a linear timeline, showcasing almost every step on their travels and often have a relatively small goal once on location. See the place, talk to some locals, show some local points of interest, and reflect the vlogger's personal experience and thoughts to the viewers. Concretely, these are all vlogs that focus on human interactions, whether it's with the strangers they travel with and meet on the streets, or with the viewer through the camera. These vlogs differ largely from traditional TV travel shows. Unlike travel documentaries and some informative entertainment shows, these vlogs do not have to be impartial, have access practically anywhere their passport allows them to, and can show, as discussed in narrative elements, mundane activities like taking the train or finding a cafe as an entire episode, whereas classic travel TV compacts activities and skips the mundane. Unlike commercial travel TV shows, these vloggers do not have to and often don't want to sell the location they're visiting, thus making these vlogs feel much more authentic than most TV shows, especially as most of these vloggers are crowdfunded. YouTube as a platform helps give these travel vloggers a platform with no commercial imperative and a place where viewer interaction with the vlogger shapes the genre rather than viewer retention and commercial imperatives placed on TV. Interestingly enough, there is one TV show that has very similar elements to these travel vloggers, The Vice Guide to Travel. The Vice Guide to Travel proved that anyone with a camcorder and enough confidence could make content that felt raw and authentic, where reporters such as Shane Smith in North Korea and Liberia were shown as scared and candid about the situations they found themselves in. Vice also pushed the boundaries of morality and banality in travel TV. They showed everything from weird attraction parts to the brothels of the Monrovia slums, and showed there was nothing too banal or too extreme to share. Lastly, Vice made use of YouTube to upload their back catalog, which created large viewer interaction due to the way these reports were so candid, having elements such as face-to-face interactions with the camera and a largely informal tone. In conclusion, these travel vlogs of forgotten destinations all follow similar narrative and formal elements in order to create interaction with the viewer and create raw and authentic content, as well as use YouTube as a platform to help them do this. The differences between these travel vlogs and conventional travel TV are large and explain why these vlogs stand out, and largely resemble the standout TV show The Vice Guide to Travel. Finally, what makes these vlogs stand out is that they show what they want to, no matter how banal or extreme, which make these authentic and enjoyable to watch.